Hi, my name is Martin, and today I will demonstrate how to automate document processing using AI features. Navigator has a lot of AI services embedded, but the most important for document processing are OCR, Optical Character Recognition, data capture, and text classification. And today we'll be talking about these features. Just to remind you, Navigator is an ECM class software that allows you to transform almost any kind of document to a paperless form. Thanks to its very broad AI and BI services, you can easily collect, analyze, and automate data flow across the company. For the needs of today's presentation, I'll be using a demo environment called Fructon. All the data, all the information and documents used for this presentation are fake. Okay, let's go to the system. AI services is something not visible, at least at first sight. It's something that works underneath. You may see the results of that work by the fact that some of your work is done automatically, and this is exactly thanks to a presence of AI robot working for you behind the scene. Although the services are executed for a series of documents, the easiest way for me would be to describe it based on one document only. So what we'll be doing is I'll add an invoice, open a form, add an attachment. That attachment would be an invoice, and I will run that process manually. So what's happening now is the system OCRs the attachment, the scan, and then transform data to a form. Let's have a look at the recognized text, or what's underneath. On the left-hand side, you see a text block. This is the product of OCR, Optical Character Recognition process. So at the input, you get an image, and at the output, you get a text. On the right-hand side, you have the product of data capture process. So this text is, actually structured. So you have certain information and values for that information. For example, VAT ID, bank account, city, invoice number, etc. There are a couple of models, data capture models, working for you in Navigator. You can also develop your own models. The general models concern invoices, business cards, CVs, and probably in the future many others. But most importantly, you can design your own model for, let's say, your a specific template of a document, or specific template of the document for a contractor. Okay, so let's close that. A very nice feature is location of the values. So when I tick or when I select the fields with the values, I know exactly where the system captured that data from. So I may easily evaluate whether this value is correct or not. The system is quite effective with the dates, with VAT ID, with bank account, and also with the values broken down into VAT rates. This is a simpler scenario. There's also a more difficult scenario when we want to capture data from the lines or from the positions of the document. It is also possible in Navigator, but this is the subject of another tutorial. Okay, there's also one more service working working for us at this moment. The service name is text classification. Look, it works like this, that on the base of the text of the document, it suggests the values for the selection fields. You may apply that for any selection field on the form. As a demonstration, it is applied to owner. So let's say based on a history, how documents were assigned to which people from the company, the system suggests what person we should pick this time. Obviously, you have a 90% probability. This is a demo version. Probably in the production environment, you won't see it that clear. But anyhow, anything above 70%, 60%, even 50% is a good hint. Also, you can see it here. So this is something I usually have problems with selecting the right account. There's a bunch of accounts, and I'm not really a professional accountant. So that's a good feature for me, that the system recommends what the account should be selected. In this case, I see services with over 90% of probability. And obviously, if I'm not okay with the recommendations, I can select any other account from the list. Okay, so that was an example for one document only. Let's now see how it works for a series of documents. For that reasons, we have two nice features. First is called AI hot folder. AI hot folder is something that you upload all the scans to. I will show that right in a minute. And the second is AI email scanner. So you have two sources for document inflow. First is when you get a paper version, is a traditional way, and the second is the electronic version, usually by email. So for the paper version, you scan the documents and then you upload them to the folder like this. So I'm going to select a couple of files. Just have in mind or have a look that I don't know what file means what type of document. This is something that the system would recognize or decide for me. I'm going to run processing, and during that process I will explain to you what exactly is happening. So first of all, the system OCRs the images, so to get in order to get the text. Upon the text, it recommends what the document type it should be. In terms of document type classification, it is quite effective. So you should be rather sure that the document type is selected correctly. After that, the system runs the data capture process, so it captures the information from a scan to a form. And look at the output. What we have? We have documents in our document repository. So we have two invoices and two letters. Invoices are in invoice node, or they are assigned to invoice category. Incoming letters are assigned to incoming letters category. When I click the invoice, okay, the alliance is the document we were talking about. The second is, I'm not sure, this is the Bureau Immobile and whatever. And also we have the data process quite effective, as you see again. That was the first option. The second option, the second source that documents might be entered to the system is through email integration. And let me simulate that situation. I have an email on my separate screen that I'm sending to the company, and I'll send it. And now in my documents I have an email integration implemented like this. Obviously, you might have a separate application called emails or any other name, but for this scenario, or in this scenario, I have emails as a node in my document tree. Okay, so here is my account. I'm downloading emails from this account, and during the process of downloading, the system, what was done is the system OCR'd all the attachment from all the emails, and based on the text of these attachments, he decided whether it was an invoice or a letter or any other document. And in this case, see, I have a related document created. When I click the link, I have the document already registered, OCR'd, captured, and the data captured, and also we have the recommendation for all the fields that have recommendation feature applied. Okay, I think that's enough for today's tutorial. I invite you to watch other videos, other tutorials from document management section, and also from other sections covered by Navigator platform. Thank you. See you again.